Hello guys, this is Captain Alex Mason here, and today I'm returning back briefly to Modern Warfare 2.
Team deathmatch. Take them down.
Now, reason for this being is because I originally was under the assumption that I had finished most of the most of the multiplayer factions as weapons, aside from the U.S. Navy SEALs, for Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer factions and weapons list. I was false. Again. And I'm really starting to hate myself more and more as I look at all, because basically what happened was I painstakingly reviewed all of my multiplayer footage, which, for those who don't know yet, because, you know, the playlist has been locked, it's a lot of footage. I went, excluding... if I were to include every single piece of Modern Warfare content, so far I have over 150 episodes, or videos on that one playlist. And since I finished up all the multiplayer episodes that involved this faction, I figured I would go back and show the weapons that I missed for this faction, like I did for the SEALs. Thankfully, it's not a large list because and I also updated the entire list myself with all the new stuff. So I successfully managed to use 14 out of the 25 Brazilian militia weapons, and I decided we'd go to this map because this is the only place that I've actually been able to positively identify it to be a Brazilian militia headquarters, given the logo. So I figured it'd be appropriate to do it here. So, first weapon, the Riot Shield. This is available to all classes. I don't know why they need it, but yeah, special weapon. You bash somebody with this. M9 Beretta. By the way, I had no attachments on any of these intentionally because I wanted to... I'm just gonna keep firing until it's empty. We could be here for a while. They put a lot of ammo in this thing. I think this is a smoke grenade. Nope, that's a stun grenade. Although, in most games nowadays, this would be a concussion grenade. Then we, of course, have the blast shield, which kind of wish I had one in order for me to see the solar eclipse, because I didn't get to see it, but, you know, so it's next time, whenever that may be. Oh shit, I just realized. Hold up. I'm doing this temporarily, because I fucked up. Alright, so these main weapons that I'm holding aren't part of the Brazilian militias, but I can't just go in with an empty class, because this isn't Black Ops 2 yet, and they didn't give me that option. So, first we have the smoke grenade, which is again available to every class, every multiplayer faction available. Semtex, according to the game, it's accessible to all. I actually need to blow myself up again. Flashbangs, of course, again available to everyone. And frag grenades. We gotta do that again, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's weird. Hang on, I'm just gonna make sure I cross these off. Stun. flash, smoke, frag, Semtex. Okay, we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got 4 weapons left. That was actually pretty quick. So this, of course, is a throwing knife. Nothing special about it. It's just, you know, throwing knife. Again, available to every class. Going to our last pieces of equipment now. So, technically this wasn't used by them, by the Brazilian militia, but this is the closest thing I could find in the multiplayer that would make sense, because every faction has to at least have one class, in my opinion. So this is the only sniper rifle that seemed the most appropriate to use. It is a WA-2000. This was featured in... Shut up, birds. Did I actually kill you? Anyway, this was featured in Black Ops, and I think it was also used by the Spetsnaz. It's also a Spetsnaz weapon according to, this feels like a really old map for me for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But, yeah, that's the thing. I should probably make sure... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so every team, of course, has a tactical insertion. Oh, that's not good. Oh! I completely forgot about this. Yeah, so the OMA, it's a one army bag, which basically gives you the option... I completely forgot about these. These would have been really handy. But this basically gives me the option to open up any of the other things without actually going to change my class. And I think I actually can switch to it. It just takes a while. But yeah. Now I have access to this weapon. God, this just reminds me so much as to why I need to go back to playing Modern Warfare 2 again, because there's so many things that I forgot to finish. Wow, I can't believe I was around here for only 10 minutes. What the fuck? What's this? What is this? Is this a Brazilian militia guy? I can't tell.
Time's almost up.
No way. Like, these guys are a bunch of thugs. There's no way this would be a militiaman. Would it? These guys are just coke runners.
It's a draw. Stand down.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this was the only faction that I fucked up with. However, the good news is, those factions that I messed up with are still eligible to finish up some of the remaining maps that I have yet to actually record. So the maps left are Vacant, which features the U.S. Army Rangers and the team that I like to call Spetsnaz 2, or Ultranationalist Spetsnaz. Strike, U.S. Army Rangers and Op 4, and Crash, Task Force 1 for 1 and Op 4, and lastly, Overgrown, featuring Task Force 1 for 1 and the Ultranationalist Spetsnaz. The only problem is, because these are DLC maps, I don't get a chance to really play them that often, and whenever I play a DLC map, it's never the maps that I want it to be. Like, I'll show you. Like, we cycle through the same maps over and over again. I get Bailout, Storm, and that's about it. And it's sad because I spent $15 to get this pack. This pack came with the MW2 disc that I bought because I bought the Grace Hits Edition, which came with one free DLC packet. All I had to do was type in the code, blah blah blah. But yeah, looking at these maps weren't bad, but I really couldn't do much with them, except for, of course, Strike and Vacant. But now I can't, like, I don't even get this pack available to me, like, cycled through TDM. I'd have to probably do it in a private match with somebody else online. The problem is, none of my friends on my friends list actually play this game anymore, so it makes it entirely difficult to actually record this game, and that's what sucks. And that's literally the only thing, except for possibly Spec Ops mode, from stopping me right now. And I don't know how to fix it. I don't know if anyone else is willing to fix it. If you guys are willing to play this game with me and still have it, and still have the DLC packs, I'm more than happy to play with you guys. And if you know what, you want to test your skills, although let's be honest, you're probably better than I am. I according to many of the other players that I've played with, and according to some critics out there, I apparently suck at playing this game, and you know what? It's fine, they're entitled to their own opinion. I really don't care. But by saying that, I imply that somebody does care, and it becomes kind of contradictory. Anyway, yeah, again, the only maps that I'm really looking forward to actually finishing for, as far as multiplayer completion... Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. Yeah, one of my videos for the included maps is no longer, like, for whatever reason, it was removed. I didn't delete it, but for whatever reason, YouTube couldn't register it, so I'd have to go back to one of the included maps as well. That map being Afghan. Afghan should only have at least 5 episodes. I've got 4 recorded already. Task Force 1 for 1 is obviously the winner. I make it sound like this is scripted, but I'm going off of my hand-drawn or drawn maps, and that's basically how I determine how many episodes each map receives. So that's why in some cases you'll, like, back when these older games came out, the minimum amount of, like, the required amount of wins for a faction to actually have in order for that basically or sub-series were to end or chapter was 5. And then when Black Ops 2 came out, it was 6. And then later, all the later games, it was 12. Now it's 10. I don't know if it'll go back to 5 or 12 or even more than that, but only time will tell. Well, I suppose I should end this because I don't want this to be a long video. I mean, this is HD as it is already, and that's takes forever to fucking load or upload onto YouTube. When I feel that I'm ready, or at least the playlist is ready, in my opinion, I will do that. I can't say when, but you'll be able to know as soon as it's unlocked. Then I'll have to go on to the next Call of Duty game to see what else needs to be reviewed, because there's a lot of footage I need to go over, I'll be honest. I'm going to temporarily have to take a break, though, for any, halt all plans for PlayStation 4 gameplay of Remastered like I wanted to, because I don't have enough memory on my PS4. I have to expand the memory, and I don't know how long that's going to take, because internal hard drives are expensive. Especially when you're asking for either a 1 or 2 terabyte hard drive. And I don't have that kind of money right now. And I'm not fancy enough of a channel to really get Patreon stuff or any kind of online support. And I'm not asking for it. I'm just saying it'd probably be nice to have that. I mean, I'm definitely, but again, this was mainly just to be a pastime. I'm not making this a professional career. This is just something I like to do for fun. And because I like to keep an archival footage. And maybe one day I'll make a large-ass playlist that features all of the games with their missions in chronological order to basically create kind of like a big anthology. But for now, we're just sticking with individual game playlists. In other news, the final Black Ops, or Call of Duty Zombies comic finally came out, and if you guys haven't seen Mr. Dialect JD's video on it already, there are so many mind fucks. And pardon my French, because I can't think of a better term right now. But it was such a minefield. There are more unanswered questions than there are answered questions now. I mean, it fills in the gaps to some extent, but it still leaves the reader guessing. And of course, we still have those ciphers throughout all the issues that still have yet to be solved. And there was one cipher recently solved, and that was the Der Eisendrache, and that is the proper pronunciation. All you people keep pronouncing it either Der Eisendrache or Der Eisendrache. It's Der Eisendrache. God, you gotta say it right. Der Eisendrache. But anyway, yeah, it turns out the castle was in fact the key, and I was like, I'm wondering if the castle means anything, because it's the only thing that I saw in there that was in a fluent language, where everything else was just spaced out letters in lowercase, uppercase. Somebody actually found out it was an Oopchi cipher, and this guy has never even played zombies before. He just said, oh, this game has ciphers. I want to solve that cipher, and I really hope that this person stays around to help us with the other unsolved ciphers we have right now, because, oh god, we have so many unsolved ciphers, it's not even funny. Some of them are already, years old. Anyway, I'm Captain Alex Mason, and I'll see you guys with whatever video I can come up with next. Oh, one more thing. I bought Battlefield 1, but again, I can't play it yet, because again, memory, ain't it a bitch? Gotta come up with some way to actually fix that, and no, deleting games that I don't play isn't an option, because I pretty much play all the games that I buy. So, it's a problem. I have a problem. Anyway, now I'll end it. I'm Captain Alex Mason, and I'll see you guys later.